70 years, families have come to the Miami Seaquarium because of this attraction where they were swim with dolphins and sea lions and everything. So there's been an institution in Miami for many years. Unfortunately, the Miami Seaquarium is now closed. Hi, my name is John. I'm the Dolphin Expert. I've been doing this for over 30 years. And now I'm here at the Miami Seaquarium. Unfortunately, as you know, it is closed now. But I want to talk to you about three things. One, about the history of the park, which is amazing. Number two, what is happening now, right now with the park being closed. And number three, where can you swim with dolphins? And I'm going to tell you all about that real soon. Well, to talk to you a little bit about the history of the park, it opened in 1955, a long time ago, before I was even born. And it was one of the most famous parks in the world, for sure. And they even filmed the famous show Flipper was filmed right here at the park. And unfortunately, you know, with many changes, things have to change. And the park was open for 70 years. And now, unfortunately, the chapter has come where the park is closed. But this is a famous institution, and they will open up in the future with other ways of doing it. So with the park, like any aging parks, it went through many owners, and many owners have bought the place and sold the place. And with many aging facilities, they go through some troubling times with infrastructure, building it up. And so, unfortunately, this property was owned by Miami-Dade, the county. So they owned the property. They were giving the Miami Seaquarium a lot of hard time about the upkeep of the property. So luckily, the Miami Seaquarium was able to be sold to a new developer, Terra Group it's called, and they bought the facility, and they're going to keep the dome and some of the famous infrastructure, but they're going to change this property into docks, retail space, restaurants, but unfortunately, they did not want to keep the marine mammals. So the marine mammals are safely and appropriately and by all standards are being sent to the Keys and to the Caribbean, and they're going to be in other facilities under well care. So it's a new chapter, and we're going to be moving forward from here. For 20 years, Dolphin World, my company, has been bringing people here. I've been transporting them here, and I've been selling them tickets, and we've been doing swim with dolphins and dolphin encounters and VIP tours, all kind of things. So it's very emotional that the park is closed for me, you know, business-wise, and also for the tourists, the local tourists that come to Miami Beach, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm. So this is a big chapter, a big emotional chapter of the park closing. So the chapter of the Miami Seaquarium and swimming with dolphins here in Miami is gone, but you can still swim with dolphins if you still want to, and especially if you're coming to the South Florida area. We have programs in the Florida Keys and also in Orlando and St. Augustine, so you do have opportunities, and I'm going to be talking to you about that real soon. And since most of my business is here at the Miami Seaquarium for the last 20 to 25 years, and I know I get a lot of phone calls, and a lot of phone calls are saying, can we still swim with dolphins in Miami? Can we still swim with dolphins? Unfortunately, no, you can't. And so you're going to have to make that decision. If you really want to swim with dolphins with your family and couples, you're going to have to come down to the Florida Keys, or you're going to have to come to Orlando. Now in the Florida Keys, we have Theater of the Sea. It's a family-run business. It's open since the 1940s. They have wonderful programs. It's in a natural saltwater lagoon, and you have dolphin swims in deep water you wear flippers and you swim in deep water. You pet the dolphin, play with the dolphin, you get a ride with the dolphin, and you also get to snorkel with the dolphins, so it's really cool. And a dolphin encounter, which is shallow water only, and that's any age from babies all the way up to grandmothers. So anybody can do it down in the Keys. Now, the drive from Miami to the Florida to Islamorada, where the Theater of the Sea is, it's only an hour and a half to 2 hours. So buy a car. If you don't have a car, you're going to have to rent a car and come down to the Florida Keys to Islamorada. Now, we do have a second facility, and I'm going to talk to you about that. So the second facility we have down in the Keys is in Duck Key, which is near Marathon, and it's natural salt water there. It's part of a hotel called Hawks Cay, and so you may want to consider changing your vacation if you really want to do a dolphin thing, and you can come down to Hawks Cay, stay on the property. It's a beautiful property, tennis courts, kayaks, natural beach there. It's a beautiful place, and you could do your dolphin swim, or we have plenty of space there, and you can also drive from Miami, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and it's a little bit further, so it's about 2 to 2.5 hours. Again, you will need to rent a car if you're going to be driving from South Florida. Okay. Now, the second place where you can swim with dolphins, and it's a famous place, everybody knows about it, Orlando. They have the theme parks, but they have Discovery Cove. When we represent Discovery Cove, if you want to book them, you can also contact us for Discovery Cove. And Discovery Cove is a little bit different. It's a full day of activities. You got your dolphin swim. You also have all your meals included, breakfast and lunch. You have snorkeling. You have animal interactions. You have all your equipment included, wetsuits, lockers. So it has everything available. So you can either make a day trip from South Florida if you're already planning South Florida, and you can take the Brightline train. Now, the Brightline train is a new train service that comes from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, directly to Orlando, and it saves a lot of hassle and stress on your body, and you can take the train and then Uber right to the dolphin facility and then come back that same night. Or you can plan a day trip, spend the night in Orlando and come back to South Florida. So you do have Discovery Cove, think about that, SeaWorld, and so we hope to see you either in the Florida Keys or Orlando. I know the Miami Seaquarium closing is very disappointing to many of you, especially if you have plans down here, but I've been doing this for 30 years. I know the facilities, I know what could help you, and I know what's right for you. And if you're coming as a couple or if you're coming with a family and kids, just call me. And my company, Dolphin World, has been in business for over 30 years. And you can either go to my website at dolphinworld.com, or you could call me at 800-667-5524. And if I don't pick up, just leave a voicemail. Either I'll call you back or one of my representatives will call you back. And we're here to help you and see if we can make your dream of swimming with dolphins come true. So standing here is an emotional moment for me because, you know, I may never come back here again. And I know it's got to be the same for you out there on the viewing audience. We have people that have been coming here since the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, families, kids, adults. But it is a final chapter of the Miami Seaquarium, but we have a lot of hope. We have a better future, you know, that for Miami, there'll be a new tourist attraction here, different. But if you do want to swim with dolphins, it's still available in Florida. So you just have to come to the Keys, come to Orlando, possibly St. Augustine, and you got to give me a call and I'll help you out. Have a good day. God bless.